Hello, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Move-in day is coming up, people. College move-in dates coming up. End of August. I don't know, colleges move in different days. I don't know, maybe some people already moved in. Whatever. 2 weeks until I move in. I know freshmen are probably super nervous. I was so nervous moving in a year ago. Actually, I was supposed to move in a year ago, then found out I wasn't going the fall semester, moved in spring semester, whatever, not the point of the video. College is starting, and I know I was so nervous, and I wanted to share any advice that I learned while I was there to help calm some nerves of some freshmen. Also, at the end of the video, I'm going to give details about Rowan. If anyone is moving into Rowan or thinking about going there in the future, I'm going to add some details about Rowan at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that too. But anywho, let's get started. So I have a few things in mind that I want to give, like major pieces of advice, but also I feel like once I start talking about them, other ones will come to mind, then it'll kind of just like be flowing. So my point is I should have written it down, but I didn't because I thought it would be more interesting if I didn't. All right, my first major piece of advice is that you have to put yourself out there. I have nothing to compare it to since I went during a time with COVID going on. But for me, people are really staying to themselves. I don't know if that's because of COVID or because whatever reason, people are shy. But if you want to meet people, like you really have to put in an effort. Like go to events if they're having them. I know some like things are stupid, especially if you don't have in-person classes. Like how else do you plan on meeting people? Also, introduce your friends to everyone that you know. Like really all it takes is if you find one person that knows another person, they can introduce you. If you know one other person, another person, introduce them. Just everyone should be introducing each other because that's really how everyone meets. Also, don't be afraid to like knock on your neighbor's doors, say hi, introduce yourself. The first night I was at school, my roommate and I and two of my friends that I went to high school with that were also at Rowan were knocking on doors, just introducing ourselves, getting people Snapchats. You have to make the effort to meet people. It's not like in high school when you just became friends with people you're sitting with. Like, sure, you'll meet people that way too. You have to make the effort. You get it. You have to make an effort. My second major piece of advice is to remind yourself that it's only freshman year. If your college experience isn't playing out the way you imagined it, like you thought you would have like a huge friend group, meet a whole bunch of people, it's only freshman year. Like, you'll meet more people, you'll find your group, you'll find your flow. Don't think this is the end-all be-all. Like, everything's gonna work itself out. Stay calm. Like, you have 3 more years to meet people. And then again, if you don't like your situation, you have to make the effort to get a new one. You have to take control of the situation because it's your college experience. Go meet other people, get away from whatever. If you don't like your roommate, just step aside, like go meet other people. I hope this is making sense. Basically I'm saying like it's only freshman year, give things time if it's not playing out the way you want. So those were like main like, what's the word? Like philosophy things? No, that's not it. I don't know the word I'm looking for. It's like advice for things for you to do, and now the rest is advice for things that you should bring to school. Did that make sense? I sure hope it did. First thing is a phone wallet. Make sure you get a phone wallet because at Rowan, your ID is kind of like your key, at least for where I was living. Like you want to bring your ID everywhere, and it's so easy, just keep it in your wallet on the back of your phone, and then everyone brings their phone everywhere with them, so you literally don't have to worry about it, and you don't have to be like, oh, do I have my key? And do like that pat down thing that like adults do. Like, where's my key? That whole thing. My second piece of advice, this is kind of all over the place now. This isn't necessarily something for you to bring, but I had a Walgreens right by my dorm, so when I ran out of like shampoo and whatever, I could just go there. But I would look up where your dorm is, if there is a place for you to get that stuff in walking distance, or if you somehow are bringing your car, know someone with a car, that's fine. But if you don't know that that's nearby, I would bring as much of that stuff as you can, unless your parents will be visiting you or someone will be dropping stuff off. But I would try to do some research to see if any of that kind of stuff is nearby. And then if it isn't, you know to bring more things. Okay, what other things are important to bring? I'm kind of like blanking now. Bring a robe. Ooh, a robe. Most people will get out of the shower wearing a robe and then get changed in your dorm. You don't want to get changed in the little shower stall that they give you. So have a robe. I had this pocket thing. Ooh, it's at my house. I'm dog sitting right now, so I'm not in my actual house. But I had this, how do I describe it? It's basically like a thing with a bunch of pockets, and it like was, you could like had straps and it velcroed to your bed. And you could just keep things right there. It was so helpful. I kept so much stuff there. I recommend getting one of those. This is obvious, but like the extra like cabinet things that you can get at like Walmart, like those plastic ones, bring those. You're gonna want more storage space. Shoes, bring a pair of shoes that you don't mind getting dirty. Bring flip-flops for the shower. I hope that does not need to be said. I'm trying to think, what did I use a lot? A shower caddy. I had 2 of them. I don't know why I did that now that I think about it. That's all. That's all I can think of right now for things you should bring. And now I'm going to do some details about Rowan University for anyone that's looking there, considering it, moving in, whatever. Oh, I wish I had like a little map. Maybe I could find like a picture of it, but I want to like point to things. Oh, I'll figure it out. So basically I lived in Holly Point, which is the new freshman dorm, and then some like transfer students live there too. But that place, it's basically like a hotel. It's so new. It has a dining hall right in there, which makes it so convenient because if it's raining or snowing, you literally don't have to go outside. So everyone's always trying to get into Holly for all the reasons I just said, and also it's only freshman dorm with air conditioning. But here are the things people don't tell you about Holly Point is no one leaves their doors open. I've heard in the other freshman dorms, people just left their doors open and people were able to just knock, say hi, introduce themselves. No one did that in Holly Point, which made it harder to meet people. Like I said, you really had to go out of your way to make an effort to meet new people. But then again, Holly Point is kind of like right in the middle of where things are going on, like campus life things, but it's pretty far from like the actual like buildings where the classes are. So there's 2 dining halls on campus. First, let's talk about the Holly Point one. So we use the Grubhub app, and if you want your food to go, you place the order on the app, and then you walk down, you tell them your number, and then they hand you your meal. But if you want to eat in there, which I recommend doing, it's more fun. You get out of your room, you sit with other people. It feels like a real college experience. Then on the Grubhub app, it says like Holly Point reservation dining, something like that. And you pick which time you want to go, and then you go down there, show them that you submitted for this time slot, and then you get to eat in there and pick from all the same food options that you would have from if you ordered it to go. The Holly Point food is basically, they have about 5 different stations, and 4 out of the 5 stations have the same food every single day, and then the 5th station rotates its meals every day. That place was always my go-to because it had actual things you would eat if you were at home. Like it gave you like a meat, a vegetable, a carb, whatever. And honestly, the food wasn't that bad. Obviously, it was still dining hall food. Like you can't set your expectations too high, but it like really wasn't bad. Every now and then there would be like a thing where you would eat it and be like, but like it was fine. Again, with that being said, that was how it worked during COVID. So I have nothing to compare it to. I don't know if that's how it's usually set up. I don't know if they usually do it differently. I don't know if you can usually just walk in and you don't have to make a reservation to eat there. I don't really know. But that's how it worked for me. I'm assuming that's how it's going to work again. Now, the other dining hall is in the student center, and I personally think it has better food than the Holly Point one. That has like a bunch of different places too. My favorite place is Freshens. It has like rice bowls, wraps, grilled sandwiches like paninis and stuff like that, flatbreads, salads. Then they have places like a breakfast place, they have a pizza place, they have a Chinese food place, they have this place, it's kind of like it's like a southern place. It gives you like cornbread, kind of like what's that place called? What is that place called? Cracker Barrel, like that kind of thing, like southern foods, whatever. They have a Jersey Mike's in there. They have a place that's like, it's called Grill Nation, has burgers, chicken fingers. So that's in the student center. I think that's so much better than Holly Point. Ooh, at the student center though, because I was saying how in Holly Point, if you want food to go, you submit your order on the app and then you pick it up. But then if you want to eat there, you go in there and pick your food. How it works at the student center is you submit your order and then you get it to go, but then you can still eat there if you want. In the student center, you'll never walk up and be like, hi, can I get this? No, you'll always walk up, tell them your number, and then they'll give it to you. If you ever get sick of dining hall food, there's a bunch of places on Rowan Boulevard. That's where a lot of like nightlife is. That has a whole bunch of different restaurants. It has an Italian place, has a Mexican place, has a Domino's, a Pizza Hut, there's a Pliables, a 7-Eleven. There's Cookie Munchers. There's a frozen yogurt place. Cookie Munchers is like an ice cream cookie place. There's a lot of stuff on that street. I'm trying to think what other things I would have wanted to know before I got there. Ooh, all these things are about Holly Point, because I lived in Holly Point, so I don't know any details about like Chestnut or Magnolia if you're living there, so sorry. But in Holly Point, there's, I want to say, like 7 different floors, and then there's pods through each floor, A through G. So for example, I was on 4th floor D pod, and each pod has 3 bathrooms, women's bathroom, men's bathroom, and then all gender bathrooms. Then they have a women's shower, men's shower, all gender shower, and then there's a laundry room for each thing. I feel like I'm missing something else. But each pod has their own things. So if you like get there and you're like, I can't find the bathroom, I can't find the laundry room, and you start walking, if you go into another pod, you've already passed the one from your pod. Just a heads up. What else? I'm definitely missing something. I probably should have written it down, Also, some last minute college advice that I have is I personally felt really bad leaving my parents for some reason. I don't know why, because that was like the natural progression. Like, I'm supposed to be leaving for college now. I just felt bad about it. And then when I got there, like the first day when they dropped me off, I felt really bad, and I like couldn't stop thinking about it, and like them going home and having a house to themselves. It was literally the next morning I woke up and I was like, this is about me. This is not about them, like in a nice way. Like, this is about my life. I'm starting the next chapter of my life. I'm going to do so many things. This time of my life is about me. I shouldn't spend it worrying about them. If you get to school and you're feeling like guilty about it, or if you feel bad and can't stop thinking about your parents or like your family back home, like this time is about you. Like, enjoy it. You should not feel guilty about anything. I literally got there and I was nervous. I was like, am I going to like be thinking about this every single day and how much I like feel bad that they're by themselves? But I was so happy that next morning I woke up and I was like, this is about me. It came to the point where I didn't even want to leave school. I would just wanted to stay there. I was having so much fun. How often do you just get to go somewhere and no one knows you and you get to start a whole new chapter of your life? Obviously, people's situations are different. Some people don't like it there and they want to transfer, whatever, but really like make the most of every situation. Put yourself out there, try new things, meet new people, step outside of your comfort zone. Like, this time is about you. It's like a coming of age movie. Like, this is gonna sound so stupid, but literally you're the main character, write your own story, do whatever you want. It's such an exciting time, and before you know it, you're not even gonna want to leave. Okay, I think that's basically all I have to say. Okay, I'm realizing I barely gave any advice, and all the details I told about Rowan were basically just food related. So you can see where my priorities are at. So a few more details about Rowan. If you're looking to go out at night, things don't start until really, really late. Like midnight, 12:30 kind of late. Just a heads up, that was a bit of a surprise for me. As a freshman, it's kind of hard to find out when things are going on. So you have to like know someone who knows someone who knows someone. Then eventually word just travels. Or if you like somehow become friends with a guy that's in a frat and they can just tell you when things are going on. So like, don't be discouraged if you don't know what things are going on right away. You'll figure it out. That's all my last advice. I hope everyone has a great time at college. Hope this helps somehow. Comment any other questions just about college, things that are helpful to bring, stuff about Rowan, anything you want to know. I would be happy to help. And really just go make the most of this situation, because how often do you get to do something like this? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. And like I said, comment anything else you want to know or have questions about. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Lindsay with 2 Y's Kaiser. And I hope that you find something to celebrate today. Bye.